It's July, it's another month, it's time for another Ask ETJ. Let's get straight into those questions. So I'd expect most of you know this by now, but every month I do something called Ask ETJ, where I post a picture on Instagram, everybody comments on it, asking me questions to answer in a video. And of course, we've done that this week, and now I have lots of great questions to answer. I don't want to waste any time, so we're going to get straight into it right away. Let's start with question number 1. This is a really simple question, but it's actually really important. How do we pronounce "and this"? Now, I know why I've been asked this, because when natives talk fast, sometimes words become relaxed. We have this thing in English called function words. I talk about them all the time in my pronunciation course, and I talk about them all the time on this channel. Words like "and" can have a weak, relaxed form. So instead of saying, "Hi, my name's Elliott, and this is my friend John," and "this is my friend John," I would probably say, "Hi, my name's Elliott, and this is my friend John." And this, and this. So, my name's Elliott, and this is my friend John. What's happening is "and" is becoming "n." So what's happening is we're missing the "ah" at the beginning of "and," and it's becoming a schwa sound, an sound. And we're also missing the "d" at the end of "and." So it's becoming this. And this. The D is dropping to make it easier to pronounce the TH at the beginning of "this." But also, we're dropping the "ah" at the beginning, because usually when words have a weak form, a way that we say them faster, 9 times out of 10 that way will be with the vowel being changed to a schwa sound. The reason why is because the schwa sound is the easiest sound to make. Tongue just relaxed in the middle of the mouth. And this is my friend John. So one more time. Hi, I'm Elliott, and this is my friend John. I guess that would be relevant if I actually had any friends. Another great question I had was, Elliott, how do I pronounce this word? So the reason why I was asked this is because the stress placement can be different, and generally we have a British way of pronouncing it, stressing it on a particular syllable, and an American way of pronouncing it with a stress on a different syllable. So let me just tell you the British form, because I don't want to damage your ears with my dreadful American accent. So it would be advertisement. Advertisement. The stress is on ver. We have advertisement. The primary stress is on ver, advertisement. So take that tone up slightly on ver, tone rises, it becomes a bit more pronounced and just a bit stronger on that particular syllable. And there you go, that's how we stress a syllable, advertisement. This word is also great for learning some of the trickiest sounds in English. We have the schwa sound, which happens twice, advertisement, unt. So it's happening twice, the schwa sound. And remember, the schwa is really important to practice. We also have the sound in this word, which is one of the most difficult sounds for non-natives to pronounce. Advertis. And then the I vowel sound, tis. This I sound is another one of the most difficult sounds for non-natives to pronounce. So it's in fact a great word to just break down and practice all of the sounds in it. Give it a try, do it slowly and then get faster. But in response to your question, advertisement. The stress is on ver. Americans do it differently, they pronounce it differently, but we're a British English channel, so we're focusing on British English. Southern British English, if we have to be precise. My British English, if we have to be even more precise for the really sensitive people that watch this video and get offended. Difference between very and vary. So the main difference is, of course, the 2 vowel sounds. We have v, e, and v, air. Okay? The, there, there. So, firstly, very. It just has the e sound. Vary also has the e sound, but it has another vowel attached to it, which is a schwa sound. So in very, it's ve. Very, we have air. So imagine you're doing an sound and then you cut it out with a schwa. Air. Watch my mouth. Air. Very. very. So very, short vowel, fast. Very compared to very. Another thing to know is this sound in very, the e and joining together, this is called a diphthong. We have a few of these in English, and they are two vowels combined together and they create one vowel. Er is this one. And it's really important that we understand the length of a diphthong is kind of in between a short vowel and a long vowel. So make sure you're kind of making this sound a little bit longer than very. Listen to me and the length. Very, very, very quick, very, a bit longer, right? There you go, very, very. And a more personal question. Elliott, are you learning any languages at the moment? My problem in life is I always start learning a language and then I get bored and give up. Probably because I work so much that I'm always working and I don't really have much time to learn languages. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I'm not very diligent with it, but I'm hoping that I can be in the future. I'm just going to keep trying to work hard. The reason why I'm learning Spanish is because I go to Spain a lot. It's a very country that's very close to the UK, so it's easy to travel there. And yeah, I spend lots of time there. So yeah, hopefully one day I'll be able to have a Spanish conversation with someone. But I can speak a bit of French. That's probably my best language. And I hope in the future that I can be fluent in everything. That would be useful, especially for my job. So this question was the most hearted, the most loved on my Instagram. Somebody who asked this was obviously very popular from asking this question, and it was, can a non-native who's learnt the American accent kind of in school change their accent to a British accent? And the truth is, yes, you can. But it depends on you, it depends how hard you work, it depends how much you want it, it depends on just about everything. We can change an accent. I could start learning the American accent and doing muscle memory training, and eventually I would start teaching my muscles to change. It takes a long time, but with the right training, for example, if you join my course, it can happen faster. You're never going to be 100%, but we can get you into the 90 to 95% area eventually after some time of repetition, practice, muscle memory training. It's a process of elimination. So at the moment you're pronouncing sounds this way, the American/non-native way. We need to learn what sounds are very obviously American, what things you're doing which are very obviously American. For example, pronouncing at the end of words, very American thing. Pronouncing the O sound as ah, like a lot rather than a lot. Learning to remove those things and replace them with something new. And with repetition and time, it will eventually kind of change. Remember that an accent is making sounds naturally without thinking about making the sounds. You just make them. And to start doing that, it requires lots of repetition and practice. And I love this question. Elliott, how can I sound more friendly with my intonation? It's quite a simple answer actually, and it's one of the first things I teach my students who join my course, because lots of my students talk with what we call a falling tone a lot of the time, or just a monotone where the tone doesn't really go up or down. This in English, in native English, isn't particularly friendly. I mean, it is. There's nothing bad about it, but it can have quite a boring kind of flat effect. Now, if we start raising the tone a bit more, you heard me then, if we start raising the tone, I'm not just saying if we start raising the tone, I'm saying if we start raising the tone a bit more, then what's going to happen is we're going to create more of an approachable, friendly sound to our voice. So my answer to you really is just start raising your tone a bit more. Be more playful with your intonation. And there's a particular tone called the up-down tone. None of my students really do this when they first join my course. And the sound essentially, or the tone is essentially So it's up, down. And this is used a lot to show emotion, so whether it's positive or negative emotion. For example, if somebody said to me, "Hi Elliott, you all right?" I could say, "Yeah, I'm great." So, yeah. What's happening there is I'm raising the tone up in the word and then I'm bringing it back down. I'm essentially singing a little bit on that word, yeah. Yeah. What that does is it creates a friendly, happy atmosphere. In my opinion, happiness is friendliness. So if you want to sound more friendly, try and sound more happy. To sound more happy, raise your tone a bit more or do the up, down kind of bouncy tones. The more we do this, the more approachable, happy and friendly we will sound. And that's it. Those are my answers to your questions this month. Remember, I'll be doing another Ask ETJ next month in August, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow me on Instagram if you want to send me more questions. Don't forget I have a podcast if you need some listening practice, and of course, if you want me to be your teacher and you want me to help you directly, then you can join my pronunciation course at etjenglish.com. Links in the description box below. And we can start changing your accent right now, faster than it would be if you were learning alone, especially. So thanks very much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure as always, and I will see you next time. Bye.